The Art of Critical Thinking, Secret Techniques to Take Better Decisions, written by Ethan Hope, published by Wisdom Audiobooks. Introduction. Every day we are faced with a multitude of choices, some trivial, others life-altering. What if you could unlock the secrets to making those choices with confidence and clarity? Imagine navigating through your professional life, educational pursuits, or personal challenges with a robust set of tools designed specifically to enhance your decision-making skills. This book aims to do just that by introducing you to the science and art of critical thinking, a skill as vital as it is transformative. In today's fast-paced, information-driven world, the ability to think critically is more crucial than ever. We live in an age rife with misinformation and conflicting opinions, where critical thinking emerges as our most powerful tool. It allows us to sift through the noise and find clarity amidst chaos. Whether you are a professional striving to improve workplace outcomes, a student seeking to bolster your analytical abilities, or someone facing significant personal decisions, critical thinking offers a pathway to better choices and more meaningful results. Imagine a surgeon making split-second decisions in the operating room, a manager steering his team through turbulent market conditions, or a teacher devising new methods to engage students. All these professionals rely on critical thinking to navigate complex situations effectively. Similarly, in our private lives, whether deciding on a financial investment, choosing the right partner, or making health-related decisions, critical thinking can be the beacon that guides us to the best possible outcomes. Over my decade-long career as a thought leader in critical thinking, I have had the privilege of training thousands of individuals from diverse backgrounds. From high-ranking executives to aspiring students, I have seen firsthand how the art of critical thinking can transform lives and decisions. My journey began with a simple yet profound observation. So many talented individuals struggle not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack the ability to apply that knowledge in a structured manner. Inspired by this realization, I set out to develop methodologies and techniques that could make critical thinking accessible and practical for everyone. This book is the culmination of years of research, practical experience, and a deep commitment to fostering better decision-making. It is designed to serve as your roadmap to mastering the art of critical thinking, equipping you with practical tools and techniques to navigate life's challenges with ease and confidence. You will learn how to identify biases, evaluate evidence, and construct well-reasoned arguments. Each chapter is crafted to build on the previous one, creating a comprehensive guide that grows with you as you progress. Our journey begins with understanding the fundamentals of critical thinking, what it is, and why it matters. We will explore real-world scenarios where critical thinking has made a tangible difference, dissecting case studies from various fields, including business, education, and healthcare. By examining these examples, you will gain insights into how critical thinking can be applied in diverse contexts, enhancing both your professional and personal life. Next, we will delve into the specific techniques and strategies that underpin effective critical thinking. From recognizing cognitive biases to mastering logical fallacies, each technique is presented with clear explanations and practical applications. You will also find exercises and reflections at the end of each chapter, designed to reinforce your learning and encourage you to apply what you've read. One of the unique aspects of this book is its emphasis on interdisciplinary learning. Critical thinking is not confined to any single domain. Its principles are universal. As such, we will draw from a wide range of disciplines, including psychology, philosophy, and neuroscience, to provide a holistic understanding of the subject. This interdisciplinary approach ensures that you receive a well-rounded education in critical thinking, preparing you to tackle complex problems from multiple angles. Throughout the book, you will also encounter testimonials and stories from individuals who have successfully applied the principles of critical thinking in their lives. Their experiences serve as both inspiration and proof that anyone, regardless of their background or profession, can benefit from honing their critical thinking skills. These narratives add a human element to the discussion, reminding us that at the heart of critical thinking lies the desire to make better, more informed decisions. As you progress through the chapters, you will find that the book's structure is intentionally designed to be user-friendly and engaging. Each chapter builds on the last, gradually introducing more advanced concepts and techniques. By the end of the book, you will have a comprehensive toolkit at your disposal, one that you can draw upon whenever you face a challenging decision. In addition to the theoretical aspects, this book places a strong emphasis on practical application. Critical thinking is not a passive skill. It requires active engagement and practice. To this end, you will find numerous activities, exercises, and real-world scenarios that invite you to apply what you've learned. These practical components are designed to help you internalize the principles of critical thinking, making them second nature in your decision-making process. By the time you finish this book, you will be equipped with the knowledge and skills to approach any situation with a critical mind. Whether you are analyzing data for a business decision, evaluating sources for a research project, or considering options in your personal life, the principles of critical thinking will serve as your guide. You will have the confidence to make informed decisions, the clarity to see through complexity, and the competence to achieve better outcomes. So, embark on this journey with me. Together, we will unlock the potential of critical thinking, transforming the way you approach decisions, solve problems, and navigate the complexities of modern life. By embracing the principles outlined in this book, you will not only become a better thinker, but also a more effective and empowered individual. Welcome to the path of critical thinking, your gateway to better decision-making and a more fulfilling life. Chapter 1. Introduction to Critical Thinking. Critical thinking is a vital skill that significantly influences decision-making, problem-solving, and overall cognitive functioning. It involves the disciplined process of analyzing, evaluating, and synthesizing information gathered from observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication. By developing critical thinking skills, individuals can enhance their ability to think logically and make well-founded decisions that are grounded in evidence rather than assumptions or biases. This chapter will delve into the essence of what constitutes critical thinking and its importance across various contexts. It will explore how critical thinking aids in making informed decisions by evaluating available data and considering multiple perspectives. Readers will learn about the role of critical thinking in personal development, professional excellence, and societal engagement. By understanding and applying the principles discussed, readers will be better equipped to navigate complex issues, both in their personal lives and in professional settings, ultimately fostering more thoughtful, innovative, and adaptive approaches to everyday challenges. Definition and significance of critical thinking. Critical thinking is an invaluable skill that forms the bedrock of effective decision-making and problem-solving in various aspects of life. Understanding what critical thinking entails and recognizing its significance can profoundly impact personal, professional, and societal spheres. At its core, critical thinking is a disciplined approach to evaluating information and arguments. This means it involves systematically questioning and analyzing the elements of a situation before forming a judgment. Critical thinkers don't take things at face value. Rather, they dig deeper to understand the underlying components and relationships between them. This rational navigation through complex issues allows for more precise and accurate conclusions. In everyday life, this translates into making decisions based on evidence rather than assumptions. For example, when faced with a health-related decision, a critical thinker will evaluate all available data, seek multiple opinions, and consider both short-term and long-term consequences before arriving at a conclusion. This contrasts sharply with relying on hearsay or unverified information, which can lead to misguided decisions. One fundamental aspect of critical thinking is its role in establishing a baseline for informed decision-making. By prioritizing logical reasoning and evidence-based analysis, critical thinkers minimize the risk of errors and biases influencing their choices. This is particularly relevant in professional settings, where decisions can have far-reaching consequences. For instance, managers who employ critical thinking skills are better equipped to weigh the pros and cons of various strategies, predict potential outcomes, and choose actions that align with organizational goals. Engaging in critical thinking also encourages an evidence-based problem-solving approach. This involves gathering reliable data, identifying patterns, and drawing logical conclusions to address challenges effectively. A clear example is in scientific research, where hypotheses must be tested through rigorous experimentation and analysis before being accepted as facts. This methodological rigor ensures that conclusions are not only valid, but also replicable and credible. Beyond individual benefits, critical thinking fosters democratic processes by enabling individuals to thoughtfully weigh different opinions. In social and political contexts, critical thinkers assess the validity of arguments presented by various stakeholders and make choices that reflect a balanced understanding of the issues at hand. This thoughtful engagement is crucial in fostering a society where diverse voices are heard and solutions are developed collaboratively. Consider how critical thinking played a role during elections. Voters who apply critical thinking scrutinize campaign promises, fact-check statements, and evaluate candidates based on their track records and proposed policies. This leads to more informed voting decisions, enhancing the quality of democratic governance. The long-term benefits of critical thinking cannot be overstated. One significant advantage is the enhancement of creative problem-solving abilities. Critical thinkers are adept at looking beyond conventional solutions and exploring innovative alternatives. By challenging existing assumptions and considering multiple perspectives, they often arrive at unique and effective solutions to complex problems. For example, in the business world, companies that cultivate a culture of critical thinking see employees developing groundbreaking products and services. By encouraging team members to question norms and explore new ideas, organizations can drive innovation and stay competitive in a constantly evolving market. Another long-term benefit of critical thinking is the development of resilience. Critical thinkers are better prepared to adapt to challenges and changes because they have honed their ability to analyze situations and respond appropriately. In personal life, this resilience might manifest as the capacity to navigate career shifts, financial stress, or health crises with a composed and strategic mindset. Furthermore, critical thinking supports lifelong learning and personal development. By consistently applying critical thinking skills, individuals remain curious, open-minded, and willing to learn from experiences. This ongoing pursuit of knowledge and improvement not only enhances cognitive abilities, but also contributes to a more fulfilling and enriched life. Take, for instance, someone who continually learns and applies critical thinking skills in their career. They are likely to keep abreast of industry trends, adapt to new technologies, and seize opportunities for professional growth. This proactive approach to self-improvement prepares them for future challenges and positions them as valuable assets in their field. Moreover, critical thinking helps to build self-awareness and emotional intelligence. By regularly reflecting on their thoughts and behaviors, critical thinkers recognize their own biases and limitations. This introspection paves the way for personal growth and improved interactions with others. A key component of practicing critical thinking in everyday life is maintaining a balance between skepticism and open-mindedness. While it's essential to question information critically, it's equally important to remain open to new ideas and perspectives. This balanced approach ensures that critical thinkers do not become dismissive or overly cynical, allowing for continuous learning and adaptation. To illustrate, consider a professional setting where team collaboration is vital. Critical thinkers contribute constructively to discussions by presenting well-researched points while also welcoming feedback and alternative views. This collaborative spirit fosters a dynamic and inclusive work environment where ideas are refined collectively, leading to better outcomes. In conclusion, critical thinking is a multifaceted skill that enhances decision-making, problem-solving, and overall cognitive function. Its disciplined approach to evaluating information and arguments lays a strong foundation for informed decisions, fostering creativity, resilience, and lifelong learning. By promoting democratic engagement and self-awareness, critical thinking equips individuals to navigate complexities in personal, professional, and societal contexts effectively. Embracing and developing this skill offers profound long-term benefits, ultimately contributing to a more thoughtful, innovative, and adaptive society. The role of critical thinking in decision-making. Critical thinking serves as a vital tool in decision-making processes by allowing for the identification and evaluation of consequences from various choices. When faced with a decision, whether it be in a personal or professional context, critical thinkers meticulously consider all possible outcomes. They assess the potential risks and benefits associated with each option, enabling them to make choices that are more likely to lead to positive results. This thorough evaluation process ensures that decisions are not made impulsively, but are grounded in careful analysis and reason. A systematic approach using critical thinking principles offers a structured framework for making transparent and informed decisions. By breaking down complex problems into manageable parts, individuals can better understand the intricacies involved in their decision-making processes. Critical thinking encourages the use of logic and evidence when evaluating different options, fostering an environment where decisions are based on factual information rather than emotions or biases. This structure helps to eliminate ambiguities and provides a clear path toward optimal solutions. Applying critical thinking in personal and professional life demonstrates how it influences workplace choices and personal decisions, like relationships and finances, leading to successful outcomes. In a professional setting, critical thinkers excel at problem-solving and innovation. For example, a manager who employs critical thinking skills can navigate workplace conflicts effectively, propose innovative solutions to business challenges, and make strategic decisions that drive organizational success. Similarly, in personal life, critical thinking aids in making prudent financial decisions, choosing reliable friends and partners, and resolving conflicts in relationships. The ability to analyze situations from multiple perspectives ensures that decisions are well-rounded and beneficial in the long run. Investing in critical thinking skills leads to long-term benefits, such as improved decision-making capabilities, better business outcomes, and a competitive advantage in various settings. For instance, businesses that cultivate a culture of critical thinking see improvements in employee performance and engagement. Employees equipped with these skills are more adept at identifying opportunities for growth, reducing costs, and enhancing productivity. On a personal level, individuals who invest time in developing their critical thinking abilities often experience greater success in their careers and personal lives. They are better prepared to adapt to changing circumstances, solve complex problems, and make informed choices that positively impact their future. Guidelines for implementing critical thinking principles can significantly improve decision-making frameworks. One effective guideline is to consistently question assumptions. Assumptions can cloud judgment and lead to poor decisions if left unchallenged. By questioning the validity of these assumptions, individuals open themselves up to alternative viewpoints and insights they may have otherwise overlooked. Another valuable guideline is to gather and evaluate evidence before reaching conclusions. Ensuring that decisions are backed by credible and relevant data reduces the likelihood of errors and misjudgments. Additionally, applying critical thinking involves recognizing and mitigating cognitive biases. Biases such as confirmation bias, where individuals favor information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs, can distort decision-making processes. A practical guideline here is to actively seek out information and opinions that challenge one's own views. This practice not only broadens understanding, but also helps in making more balanced and objective decisions. Reflective practice is another key component of critical thinking. Engaging in regular reflection allows individuals to review their past decisions, understand their thought processes, and identify areas for improvement. A useful guideline is to maintain a decision journal. Documenting decisions along with the reasoning behind them provides a record that can be reviewed and analyzed over time, leading to continuous improvement in decision-making skills. Incorporating critical thinking into daily routines enhances both personal and professional life significantly. For instance, setting aside time for reflective thinking and analysis during daily planning sessions can sharpen decision-making acumen. Moreover, engaging in discussions and debates with peers fosters an environment where critical thinking thrives. Encouraging open dialogue, where ideas are freely exchanged and scrutinized, promotes a culture of transparency and rationality. Critical thinking also plays a crucial role in navigating the complexities of modern life. With the vast amount of information available today, the ability to discern credible sources from unreliable ones is paramount. Critical thinkers develop skills to filter through noise, assess the reliability of information, and make judgments based on solid evidence. This capability is particularly essential in the digital age, where misinformation can easily influence decision-making. To illustrate the impact of critical thinking, consider a project manager tasked with leading a team through a challenging project. By employing critical thinking, the manager systematically analyzes the project's requirements, identifies potential risks, and develops contingency plans. They involve team members in brainstorming sessions, ensuring diverse perspectives are considered. Through reflective practice, the manager reviews progress regularly, adjusting strategies as needed based on new information and feedback. This approach not only increases the likelihood of project success, but also fosters a collaborative and innovative work environment. Another example is an individual managing their personal finances. By critically evaluating their income, expenses, and financial goals, they can make informed decisions about budgeting, saving, and investing. They avoid common pitfalls such as impulse buying or taking on unnecessary debt, thereby securing their financial future. Understanding critical thinking and its significance is essential for professionals, students, educators, and individuals seeking to improve their decision-making skills. This chapter has explored the definition of critical thinking as a disciplined approach to analyzing information and forming judgments based on evidence. By examining how critical thinking influences various aspects of life, such as health decisions, professional strategies, and democratic engagement, we've highlighted the importance of making informed choices. The ability to question assumptions, gather reliable data, and evaluate different perspectives fosters more accurate conclusions and minimizes errors. Moreover, the long-term benefits of critical thinking extend beyond immediate decisions. Critical thinkers develop creative problem-solving abilities, resilience, and a commitment to lifelong learning. These skills enable them to adapt to new challenges, innovate in their fields, and maintain a balanced view of complex issues. Whether navigating workplace conflicts, managing personal finances, or participating in civic duties, critical thinking equips individuals with the tools needed for success. Embracing and cultivating this skill not only enhances personal growth, but also contributes to a more thoughtful, innovative, and adaptive society. Chapter 2. Understanding Cognitive Biases. Understanding cognitive biases is essential for improving our decision-making processes across various areas of life. These mental shortcuts often lead to errors in judgment, affecting how we perceive information and make choices. By identifying and addressing these biases, individuals can enhance their analytical abilities and make more informed decisions. This chapter delves into the different types of cognitive biases and explores their impact on rational thinking. Throughout this chapter, readers will encounter detailed explanations of several common cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias, anchoring bias, overconfidence bias, and availability heuristic. Each section will provide real-world examples, illustrating how these biases manifest in everyday situations, both personal and professional. The chapter will also outline strategies to recognize and mitigate these biases, enabling readers to cultivate a more objective and balanced approach to decision-making. With this knowledge, professionals, students, and individuals alike can refine their critical thinking skills and make better informed choices in various aspects of their lives. Types of cognitive biases. Understanding cognitive biases is critical for anyone aiming to improve their decision-making processes in both personal and professional settings. This section introduces readers to several cognitive biases that can cloud judgment and impact decisions. Confirmation bias. One of the most pervasive cognitive biases is confirmation bias, wherein individuals tend to favor information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs while disregarding evidence that contradicts them. This bias significantly hampers creativity and restricts the exploration of diverse perspectives. For instance, a manager who believes that older employees are less adaptable may only notice instances that support this belief, ignoring numerous examples of older employees successfully adapting to change. In academic settings, students might selectively recall studies that support their hypotheses while neglecting those that do not, thereby skewing their research outcomes. A classic example of confirmation bias is seen in social media consumption. Algorithms are designed to present users with content similar to what they've previously liked or engaged with. While this can enhance user experience, it also creates an echo chamber where individuals are exposed primarily to viewpoints that align with their own. Consequently, they develop stronger yet narrow-minded beliefs, further entrenching them in confirmation bias. Anchoring bias. Anchoring bias is the tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information encountered when making decisions. This initial information sets the tone for future judgments and can lead to suboptimal decisions. For example, in negotiations, the first offer often serves as an anchor, affecting the final agreement regardless of its fairness or market value. Similarly, when shopping, the initial price seen on a product can influence perceptions of subsequent prices, making discounts seem more attractive than they truly are. Another domain affected by anchoring bias is financial forecasting. Initial estimates of costs or revenues set a benchmark that influences subsequent financial decisions and projections. Even when later information suggests a different course of action, the initial anchor holds undue sway over decision-makers, leading them to make less than optimal financial choices. Overconfidence bias. Overconfidence bias occurs when individuals overestimate their knowledge or predictive abilities. This bias often leads to risky behaviors and a reluctance to seek necessary feedback. In professional settings, overconfidence can be particularly detrimental. For example, a doctor may overestimate their diagnostic skills and fail to seek a second opinion, potentially jeopardizing patient care. In project management, leaders might commit to ambitious timelines without adequately considering potential obstacles, resulting in missed deadlines and budget overruns. Research has shown that overconfidence is prevalent in various fields, including finance, where traders often believe they can predict market movements better than they actually can. This overestimation of one's abilities can lead to inefficient trading strategies, increasing the likelihood of financial losses. Additionally, overconfident investors may ignore market trends and expert advice, investing in high-risk assets without sufficient justification. Availability heuristic. The availability heuristic is the tendency to rely on immediate examples that come to mind when evaluating a topic. This cognitive shortcut can create misrepresentations of reality and skew risk assessments. For instance, after hearing about a plane crash, people might overestimate the dangers of flying, despite statistics showing it's one of the safest modes of transport. Similarly, sensational news stories about rare but dramatic events, such as shark attacks, can lead individuals to perceive these occurrences as more common and dangerous than they actually are. In healthcare, the availability heuristic can influence medical decisions. Doctors might overdiagnose conditions they're more familiar with or have recently encountered, potentially overlooking rarer but relevant diagnoses. Insurance companies also grapple with this bias. Recent high-profile claims might lead to stringent policies, impacting the broader population's coverage adversely. Understanding these cognitive biases is crucial for making better decisions. By recognizing confirmation bias, individuals can strive to consider opposing viewpoints and broaden their perspectives. Aware of anchoring bias, professionals can critically evaluate initial information and seek additional data before finalizing decisions. Recognizing overconfidence bias can prompt individuals to seek feedback and second opinions, leading to more informed choices. Lastly, understanding the availability heuristic can encourage a more balanced assessment of risks based on comprehensive data rather than isolated incidents. Addressing these biases requires conscious effort and structured approaches. For confirmation bias, actively seeking out information that challenges existing beliefs can help mitigate its effects. In combating anchoring bias, deliberately questioning the relevance of initial anchors and considering alternative reference points can provide a more balanced view. To counter overconfidence bias, incorporating decision-making frameworks that include checks and balances, such as peer reviews and accountability mechanisms, can prove effective. Lastly, to address the availability heuristic, relying on statistical data and empirical evidence rather than anecdotal experiences can lead to more accurate risk assessments and decisions. Impact of cognitive biases on decision-making. Understanding cognitive biases is crucial to improving our decision-making processes. These biases can distort judgment and influence decisions in both personal and professional settings, often leading us astray from rational thought. By exploring how cognitive biases impact our perception of risk, group dynamics, emotional responses, and the tendency to cling to past investments, we can better recognize and mitigate their effects. Distorted risk perception. Cognitive biases can significantly alter how we perceive and assess risks. Often, this leads us to avoid potentially beneficial opportunities because we inaccurately evaluate probabilities and outcomes. For instance, the availability heuristic, a cognitive shortcut involving immediate examples that come to mind, can cause us to overestimate the likelihood of dramatic but rare events, like plane crashes or shark attacks. This skewed risk assessment can make us excessively cautious or irrationally fearful, diverting our attention away from more probable but less sensational risks, such as car accidents or chronic illnesses. In professional settings, distorted risk perception can lead to missed business opportunities. A manager might decline an innovative project due to overestimated risks, influenced by recent failures rather than statistical probabilities. To counteract this bias, it's essential to adopt a systematic approach to risk evaluation, incorporating data-driven insights and objective probabilities rather than relying solely on gut feelings. Groupthink phenomenon. When cognitive biases manifest in groups, they often do so through the process known as groupthink. This phenomenon occurs when a desire for harmony or conformity results in an irrational consensus, suppressing dissenting opinions and limiting innovation. Groupthink can be particularly damaging in professional settings, where critical decisions need diverse perspectives to identify potential pitfalls and innovative solutions. An example of groupthink is the decision-making process leading to the Challenger space shuttle disaster. Engineers had concerns about the O-ring seals, but failed to insist on addressing them due to the overwhelming group consensus to proceed with the launch. In such cases, fostering an environment that encourages open dialogue and critical evaluation is imperative. Leaders should actively solicit dissenting viewpoints and create channels for anonymous feedback to ensure that all perspectives are considered before finalizing decisions. Emotional decision-making. Cognitive biases also blur the line between emotion and rational thought, resulting in emotion-driven choices that may conflict with long-term goals. The affect heuristic, for example, causes individuals to rely on their current emotions when making quick decisions. This can lead to impulsive actions based on temporary feelings rather than well-considered plans. Consider the case of personal finance. An individual might decide to splurge on an expensive gadget after receiving a bonus, driven by the immediate joy of purchase, rather than considering long-term financial stability. In professional settings, this could translate into hasty investments or market entries driven by excitement or fear rather than strategic analysis. To mitigate the influence of emotional decision-making, it is helpful to incorporate structured decision-making frameworks. These frameworks promote a rational evaluation of options and outcomes, ensuring that decisions are aligned with long-term objectives rather than transient emotions. Sunk cost fallacy. Another common cognitive bias that distorts judgment is the sunk cost fallacy. This fallacy involves the inclination to continue investing in a losing situation due to prior investments, prompting further losses instead of making necessary changes. Individuals focus on the already incurred costs rather than the future potential, often leading to suboptimal decisions. One relatable example is staying in a failing relationship simply because of the time and emotional energy already invested. Similarly, in business, companies may persist with unsuccessful projects due to substantial investments made, even when it's clear that cutting losses would be more beneficial in the long run. Recognizing the sunk cost fallacy requires a shift in focus from past expenditures to future prospects. Decision-makers should regularly evaluate ongoing projects based on current performance metrics and potential benefits rather than historical costs. This approach can help in making more pragmatic decisions, free from the burden of past commitments. The exploration of these cognitive biases highlights how they can distort judgment and influence decisions in various settings. By understanding the nuances of distorted risk perception, groupthink, emotional decision-making, and the sunk cost fallacy, individuals and organizations can develop strategies to mitigate these biases. Encouraging data-driven risk assessments, fostering open dialogues, employing structured decision-making frameworks, and focusing on future potentials are practical steps toward enhancing rational thinking and making better decisions. In this chapter, we have explored various cognitive biases that hinder rational thinking and impact decision-making. By understanding biases such as confirmation bias, anchoring bias, overconfidence bias, and the availability heuristic, individuals can begin to identify areas where their judgment might be clouded. Recognizing these biases equips readers with the tools needed to challenge their assumptions, seek diverse perspectives, and evaluate information more critically. This awareness is essential for making well-informed decisions in both personal and professional contexts. Moving forward, it is crucial to apply structured approaches to counteract these biases actively. Encouraging open dialogue, seeking second opinions, relying on data-driven insights, and employing frameworks for balanced risk assessment are practical strategies for mitigating the effects of cognitive biases. By adopting these practices, readers can enhance their decision-making capabilities, leading to better outcomes in everyday life and professional settings. Understanding and addressing cognitive biases pave the way for more rational, objective, and effective choices. Chapter 3. Techniques for better information analysis. Evaluating information is a key skill in modern society, essential for making informed decisions in both professional and personal contexts. Being able to distinguish between credible and unreliable sources of information enables individuals to navigate the vast sea of data they encounter daily. Whether assessing news articles, research papers, or everyday advice, the ability to critically evaluate information contributes to sound judgment and effective problem-solving. This chapter explores various techniques to improve information analysis. Readers will learn how to identify reputable sources by examining author qualifications, publication reputations, peer reviews, and expert opinions. Additionally, the chapter delves into recognizing biases and perspectives that may influence the presented information. By cross-referencing data from multiple sources and checking the timeliness of the information, readers can further ensure its accuracy and relevance. Through these methods, the chapter aims to equip readers with robust tools to enhance their critical thinking and decision-making abilities. Evaluating sources for credibility. Learning to identify credible information sources. In today's world, the ability to discern credible information sources is paramount for making reliable, data-based decisions. Whether you're a professional aiming to enhance your critical thinking skills, a student looking to improve your research capabilities, or someone navigating everyday challenges, understanding how to evaluate information thoroughly and objectively can significantly impact your decision-making process. Identifying reputable sources. The first step in discerning credible information is identifying reputable sources. Not all information is created equal, and certain characteristics can help distinguish trustworthy sources from unreliable ones. Here are some guidelines. Examine author qualifications. Check the credentials of the author. Review their educational background, previous publications, and affiliations. Authors with relevant qualifications and experience in the subject matter are more likely to provide accurate and reliable information. For instance, an article on medical research written by a licensed physician is generally more trustworthy than one written by a layperson. Evaluate the publication reputation. Consider where the information is published. Reputable journals, established newspapers, and well-known organizations tend to have strict editorial standards. Peer-reviewed journals, in particular, ensure that the content has been evaluated by experts in the field before publication. This scrutiny greatly enhances the credibility of the material. Seek peer-reviewed journals and expert opinions. Peer-reviewed articles undergo thorough evaluation before publication, which adds to their reliability. Similarly, expert opinions, especially those backed by years of experience or specialized knowledge, can provide invaluable insights. Always prioritize these sources over unverified online articles or posts. Assessing bias and perspective. After identifying potentially credible sources, it's crucial to assess any inherent biases and perspectives they might contain. Bias can subtly influence the information presented, skewing it in favor of certain viewpoints. To mitigate this risk, consider the following. Recognize potential agendas. Understanding the purpose behind the information is key. Ask yourself why the information was produced. Is the goal to inform, persuade, entertain, or sell? For example, a pharmaceutical company's report on its own drug's effectiveness might be biased compared to an independent study. Identify language and tone. Objective language relies on facts rather than emotions. Be wary of sources using emotional language or sensationalism, as these can be indicators of bias. Propaganda often uses emotionally charged language to sway public opinion without providing substantial evidence. Check for acknowledgement of opposing views. Reliable sources typically present multiple sides of an argument, allowing readers to form their own informed opinions. If a source only presents one perspective and ignores contradicting evidence, it may be biased. Cross-referencing information. To further ensure the accuracy of the information, it's essential to cross-reference data from multiple sources. This practice helps verify facts and minimize the spread of false information. Follow these steps. Utilize multiple sources. Don't rely solely on one source. Gather data from various reputable sources to see if there is a consensus. Consistency across different sources increases the likelihood that the information is accurate. Fact check. Claims. Look for fact-checking websites and tools designed to verify the truthfulness of claims. These resources are invaluable when sifting through conflicting information. Confirming that an assertion is supported by several reliable sources reduces the chances of falling for misinformation. Verify citations and references. Credible sources usually cite their information, providing references that you can check. Verify the original sources of these citations to ensure that they were not misrepresented or taken out of context. Evaluating the timeliness of information. Finally, evaluating the timeliness of the information is crucial, especially in fields that evolve rapidly like technology, science, and healthcare. Outdated information can lead to poor decisions based on obsolete data. Here's how to ensure the relevance of your sources. Check the publication date. Always take note of when the information was published. Recent updates are generally preferable, especially for dynamic fields, where new developments occur frequently. For instance, relying on old studies about cybersecurity practices could leave you vulnerable to new threats. Consider the context. Sometimes older information remains relevant, particularly in areas with established knowledge bases, such as fundamental physics principles. However, for topics influenced by recent advancements or policy changes, prioritize the latest data. Stay abreast of current trends. Keep informed about ongoing discussions and emerging trends in your area of interest. Subscribing to newsletters, joining professional forums, and attending industry conferences can help you stay updated with the most current information. Critical reading and listening. Enhancing one's ability to read and listen critically is crucial for a deep understanding of incoming information. This skill helps in making informed decisions, whether in professional settings or everyday life. Critical reading and listening involve more than just taking in words. They require active engagement, thoughtful questioning, and recognizing nuances. Active reading techniques can significantly improve how we engage with texts. Annotation is a simple yet powerful way to interact with the material. By writing notes in the margins, highlighting key points, and marking questions or reactions, readers create a dialogue with the text. This process promotes better retention and understanding, as it forces the reader to think critically about the content. Summarization is another valuable technique. By summarizing each section of a text in your own words, you ensure that you have grasped the main ideas and can recall them later. Additionally, strategic highlighting allows readers to focus on essential information without overwhelming themselves with too many details. Highlighting main points, supporting evidence, and unfamiliar terms can help readers quickly review and reference critical parts of the text. Listening for comprehension is equally important. During meetings, lectures, or conversations, it is vital to focus not just on the words being spoken, but also on the underlying messages. One effective method is to practice critical questioning. This involves asking clarifying questions to ensure understanding and delving deeper into the subject matter. For example, if someone mentions a project problem, instead of accepting their statement at face value, you could ask, "Can you explain why this issue arose?" Or, "What steps have we taken so far to address it?" This approach not only clarifies the message, but also encourages a deeper exploration of the topic. Questioning assumptions is another critical aspect of both reading and listening. Often we encounter information that rests on unchallenged beliefs or preconceived notions. To develop a comprehensive understanding, it is essential to identify and question these assumptions. For instance, when reading an article, consider what the author presumes to be true. Are there any biases that might influence their perspective? Similarly, during conversations, challenge statements that seem rooted in assumption rather than evidence. Ask questions like, "What evidence supports this claim?" Or, "Could there be alternative explanations?" Detecting nuances and tone in communication can greatly enhance empathy and understanding. Words are often loaded with emotional undertones that convey more than their literal meaning. Observing body language, facial expressions, and vocal inflections can provide insights into a speaker's intentions and feelings. For example, noticing someone's crossed arms or furrowed brows while discussing a sensitive topic might indicate discomfort or disagreement. By paying attention to these subtleties, individuals can respond with greater empathy and sensitivity, fostering more meaningful interactions. Active reading techniques such as annotation, summarization, and strategic highlighting are fundamental tools that allow readers to engage deeply with texts. These methods prompt readers to pause, reflect, and interact with the material, transforming passive reading into an active, thoughtful process. Annotating texts with personal notes, questions, or reactions creates a lively conversation between the reader and the author. It helps readers connect new information with prior knowledge, facilitating a richer understanding. Similarly, listening for comprehension requires more than just hearing words. It demands active engagement through critical questioning. By asking open-ended questions, listeners encourage speakers to elaborate, clarify, and provide additional context. This not only ensures accurate comprehension, but also enhances the depth of the discussion. For instance, in a business meeting, posing questions like, "What challenges did you face during this project?" Or, "How do you propose we overcome these obstacles?" can lead to a more nuanced understanding of the situation. Challenging assumptions is vital for uncovering deeper truths and avoiding superficial interpretations. Assumptions can skew our perception and prevent us from seeing a complete picture. In academic research, examining underlying assumptions of a study can reveal potential biases or gaps in the methodology. Similarly, in everyday conversations, questioning commonly held beliefs can lead to more balanced and objective viewpoints. Questions like, "What assumptions underlie this theory?" or "Can we consider alternative perspectives?" stimulate critical thinking and promote a more thorough analysis. Detecting nuances and tone is essential for empathetic communication. Recognizing the emotional and contextual layers of a message helps in responding appropriately and building stronger connections. Body language, for example, plays a significant role in conveying emotions that words alone may not express. Noticing nonverbal cues, such as eye contact, posture, and gestures, can provide valuable insights into a person's true feelings. Combined with observing vocal tone and inflection, these cues enable listeners to understand the full spectrum of the speaker's intent and emotions. To further illustrate, imagine attending a team meeting where a colleague presents a new project proposal. As they speak, you notice their enthusiastic tone and animated hand gestures, indicating excitement about the idea. However, you also observe occasional glances downward and a slight hesitation before answering critical questions, suggesting some reservations or uncertainties. By detecting these nuances, you gain a more comprehensive understanding of their position and can respond with empathy and support. In this chapter, we explored the methods for evaluating information sources, thoroughly and objectively. We delved into recognizing reputable sources by examining author qualifications, publication reputations, and ensuring reliance on peer-reviewed journals and expert opinions. Additionally, we discussed how to assess biases and perspectives through understanding potential agendas, identifying language and tone, and checking for acknowledgement of opposing views. The importance of cross-referencing information from multiple sources was highlighted as a key practice in verifying facts and minimizing misinformation. We also emphasized the significance of evaluating the timeliness of information, particularly in rapidly evolving fields like technology, science, and healthcare. By checking publication dates, considering the context, and staying updated with current trends, one can ensure the relevance and accuracy of their sources. This comprehensive approach equips readers with the critical skills needed to navigate and assess information effectively, fostering informed decision-making in both professional and personal contexts. Chapter 4. The Art of Questioning. Effective questioning is a skill that underpins critical thinking and productive dialogue. By mastering the art of asking the right questions, individuals can uncover deeper insights, challenge assumptions, and foster more meaningful interactions. The ability to question thoughtfully not only enhances understanding, but also drives better decision-making across various facets of life and professional settings. As such, honing this skill is invaluable for anyone aiming to improve their analytical abilities and engage in more reflective discussions. In this chapter, readers will explore different types of questions and how they contribute to critical thinking. The narrative delves into open-ended questions, which encourage elaborate responses and richer conversations. It examines clarifying questions, essential for reducing ambiguity and ensuring clearer comprehension among discussion participants. The exploration continues with probing questions, designed to challenge assumptions and delve deeper into subject matter, unveiling complexities and promoting curiosity. Moreover, evaluative questions are discussed for their role in assessing the validity of information and fostering a balanced analysis. By understanding and applying these varied questioning techniques, readers will gain practical tools to enhance their discussions, whether in educational environments, corporate boardrooms, or personal contexts. This chapter provides a comprehensive framework for engaging in thoughtful dialogue, ultimately leading to more informed decision-making and enriched conversations. Types of questions that promote critical thinking. Effective questioning is a fundamental skill that significantly contributes to developing critical thinking and fostering more meaningful discussions. In this context, understanding the different types of questions and their roles is crucial. This subpoint aims to categorize various types of questions that stimulate critical thinking while encouraging in-depth conversations. Open-ended questions are essential in promoting deeper engagement and conversation. Unlike closed questions, which typically elicit short or single-word responses, open-ended questions require more elaborate answers. They encourage individuals to share their perspectives and insights, thus enriching the dialogue. For example, asking, "How do you feel about the new policy?" rather than, "Do you like the new policy?" invites a broader range of responses. Open-ended questions allow for a greater depth of discussion and help reveal underlying thoughts and emotions. Clarifying questions serve to enhance comprehension by asking for explanations or examples. These questions play a pivotal role in ensuring that all participants in a discussion understand the topic clearly. By reducing ambiguity, clarifying questions help prevent misunderstandings and encourage clear communication. An example of a clarifying question could be, "Could you explain what you mean by sustainable practices?" This type of questioning not only assists in grasping complex concepts, but also validates the speaker's points, making sure everyone is on the same page. Probing questions delve deeper into the subject matter, challenging assumptions, and prompting further investigation. These questions uncover complexities and stimulate curiosity. They are powerful tools for exploring topics in greater detail and understanding the nuances involved. For instance, after someone presents an idea, a probing question might be, "What evidence supports your viewpoint?" This encourages the speaker to think critically about their position and back up their statements with substantial proof. Probing questions push individuals to go beyond superficial answers and explore the core of the issues at hand. Evaluative questions assess the validity of information. They promote a disciplined approach to understanding arguments and identifying biases. These questions are particularly valuable in discussions where critical evaluation of ideas is necessary. For example, asking, "What are the strengths and weaknesses of this proposal?" compels participants to consider the proposal from multiple angles and weigh its merits and drawbacks. Evaluative questions help individuals develop analytical skills and foster a balanced assessment of information. Each of these question types plays a distinct role in enhancing critical thinking and facilitating meaningful discussions. Together, they create a comprehensive framework for engaging in thoughtful dialogue and deepening understanding. Encouraging the use of these questions in educational and professional settings can lead to richer conversations and more informed decision-making. In practice, using open-ended questions can transform a mundane conversation into an insightful exchange. Educators often utilize open-ended questions to stimulate student engagement and participation. For instance, instead of asking students if they completed their assignments, a teacher might ask, "What challenges did you encounter while completing the assignment?" This approach not only fosters a deeper discussion, but also helps identify areas where students may need additional support. Similarly, clarifying questions are invaluable in everyday interactions. In a corporate setting, when presenting a new project plan, a manager might use clarifying questions to ensure that their team fully understands the objectives and expectations. Questions like, "Can you give an example of how this strategy will be implemented?" can clarify any ambiguities and ensure that everyone has a clear understanding of the plan. Probing questions have a significant impact on critical analysis and problem solving. In a brainstorming session, asking probing questions such as, "What other solutions have we explored, and why were they rejected?" can lead to a more thorough examination of the issue and potentially uncover innovative solutions that might have been overlooked otherwise. Evaluative questions, on the other hand, encourage a critical review of ideas and arguments. During a business meeting, evaluating the feasibility of a new market expansion plan might involve questions like, what potential risks could impact this strategy, and how can we mitigate them? Such questions drive a comprehensive analysis of the proposal, considering both its positive aspects and possible pitfalls. The goal of incorporating these question types into discussions is to move beyond surface-level exchanges and cultivate a culture of critical thinking and reflective dialogue. Whether in classrooms, boardrooms, or personal interactions, effective questioning can lead to more productive conversations, better understanding, and informed decision-making. How to formulate effective questions. Effective questioning serves as a powerful tool for professionals, students, educators, and individuals seeking to make informed decisions. This section delves into practical strategies for constructing questions that drive deeper thinking and understanding. One of the fundamental approaches to crafting effective questions is to start with why. Questions framed around why encourage exploration of underlying reasons and motivations. For instance, in a workplace setting, asking why did this project fail to meet its deadline prompts team members to reflect on potential reasons rather than simply recounting events. This approach fosters critical thinking by pushing individuals to think beyond surface-level explanations and consider broader factors and implications. Educators, too, can benefit from this technique. By asking students, "Why do you think this historical event occurred?" teachers invite them to analyze causes and effects, thereby deepening their comprehension and engagement with the material. In personal life, asking oneself, "Why am I feeling this way?" can lead to greater self-awareness and more informed decision-making regarding emotional and mental health. Building on the idea of inquiry, using the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why, can create a comprehensive framework for questioning. This method helps clarify context and details, promoting systematic thinking and analysis. For example, in a professional context, asking, "Who was responsible for each task in the project? What were the specific milestones? When were these milestones supposed to be achieved? Where did most of the work take place? And why were certain strategies chosen over others?" can provide a full picture of the project's dynamics. This thorough line of questioning ensures that no aspect of the situation is overlooked and helps in identifying areas for improvement. Students and educators can similarly use this approach to dissect academic problems or case studies. In personal decision-making, applying the 5 W's can help individuals break down complex choices, such as planning a major life event or evaluating career opportunities, ensuring they have considered all relevant factors. To maintain objectivity and foster an environment of open dialogue, it is crucial to avoid leading questions. Leading questions suggest a particular answer and can bias responses, limiting genuine discourse. For instance, instead of asking, "Don't you think this new policy is ineffective?" a more neutral question would be, "How do you feel about the effectiveness of this new policy?" The latter invites the respondent to share their perspective without any implied judgment. In educational settings, avoiding leading questions encourages students to develop their own opinions and engage more authentically with the material. For example, rather than asking, "Isn't Shakespeare's portrayal of women outdated?" a better approach might be, "How does Shakespeare portray female characters in his works?" This kind of questioning allows for diverse interpretations and stimulates richer discussions. Similarly, in personal conversations, asking unbiased questions can lead to more honest and productive exchanges, whether discussing personal relationships, financial decisions, or health concerns. Encouraging elaboration is another essential strategy in effective questioning. Asking questions like, "Can you tell me more?" or "Could you explain your thoughts further?" invites deeper exploration and engagement. In professional settings, this can lead to uncovering insights that may not have been initially obvious. For example, during a project debrief, asking a team member to elaborate on their experience can reveal valuable lessons learned that can be applied to future projects. Educators can also use this tactic to encourage students to expand on their answers, fostering a more collaborative learning environment. For instance, after a student gives a brief response to a question, a teacher might follow up with, "Can you give an example?" or "What evidence supports your answer?" This encourages students to engage more deeply with the subject matter and develop stronger analytical skills. In personal scenarios, elaboration can lead to better understanding and resolution of issues. When discussing a concern with a friend or family member, asking for more details can help uncover the root of the problem and facilitate more meaningful support and advice. In this chapter, we explored the significant role that different types of questions play in promoting critical thinking and deeper understanding. Open-ended questions invite more detailed responses and foster richer conversations, while clarifying questions help ensure everyone has a clear grasp of the topic. Probing questions push individuals to delve deeper into subjects, encouraging a thorough examination and thoughtful analysis. Evaluative questions, on the other hand, aid in assessing the validity and strengths of arguments, guiding informed decision-making. By incorporating these varied question types into discussions, we can move beyond surface-level exchanges and cultivate an environment where critical thinking thrives. Whether in educational settings, professional environments, or personal interactions, effective questioning leads to more productive conversations, better comprehension, and insightful conclusions. Encouraging the use of open-ended, clarifying, probing, and evaluative questions enriches dialogue, enhances learning, and supports well-rounded decision-making processes. Chapter 5: Logical Fallacies and How to Avoid Them. Identifying and avoiding logical fallacies is essential for enhancing critical thinking and making better decisions. These errors in reasoning can distort our understanding and lead us astray, impacting our personal and professional lives. By learning to recognize such fallacies, we can engage in more rational discussions and develop trust in our communications. In this chapter, we will explore some of the most common logical fallacies and provide strategies to avoid them. We will delve into specific examples, such as ad hominem attacks, straw man arguments, appeal to authority, and false dilemmas. By understanding these pitfalls, readers will be equipped with practical techniques to question their assumptions, critically evaluate arguments, and ensure their decision-making processes are informed by sound reasoning. Common logical fallacies explained. Understanding and avoiding logical fallacies is crucial for enhancing our critical thinking and decision-making skills. By recognizing these common pitfalls in reasoning, we can engage in more rational discourse, build trust in discussions, and make better-informed decisions. An ad hominem fallacy occurs when someone attacks the character or motives of a person making an argument, rather than addressing the substance of the argument itself. This approach undermines rational discourse by shifting the focus from the issue at hand to the individual involved. For example, if during a debate on environmental policy, one participant dismisses another's argument by saying, "You can't trust his opinion on pollution control because he has no background in science," they are engaging in an ad hominem fallacy. The quality of the argument should be evaluated based on evidence and logic, not the personal characteristics of the arguer. The straw man fallacy involves misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to attack. This tactic damages trust in discussions and prevents accurate engagement with the original arguments. Imagine a conversation where one person advocates for reducing military spending to allocate more funds to education. If their opponent responds by saying, "You just want to leave our country defenseless," they are creating a straw man. This distorted version of the original argument is easier to refute, but does not address the actual points being made. To avoid this fallacy, it's critical to listen carefully to your opponent's argument and address their actual stance, not a caricature of it. Appeal to authority fallacy arises when a claim is assumed to be true, simply because an authority figure supports it. While expert opinions can be valuable, they should not be the sole basis for accepting an argument. For instance, citing a well-known physicist's support for a particular economic policy without examining the actual evidence underlying the policy reflects this fallacy. It's essential to evaluate the evidence and reason behind claims, rather than relying solely on authoritative endorsements. The false dilemma fallacy, also known as a false dichotomy, presents only two options when more exist, thereby oversimplifying complex situations. This limits comprehensive decision-making by ignoring other viable alternatives. A typical example is the statement, "We either adopt this new software system or fall behind our competitors." This overlooks other possibilities, such as improving the current system or adopting a different solution. Recognizing and rejecting false dilemmas allows for more nuanced and effective decision-making. The consequences of faulty logic and tips for avoiding it. Using faulty logic in our decision-making processes can have far-reaching impacts on various aspects of our lives. When we rely on flawed reasoning, it can significantly hinder our ability to make well-informed choices, leading to adverse consequences both personally and professionally. In this subpoint, we explore the real-world implications of poor decision outcomes, the erosion of credibility caused by fallacious reasoning, and provide practical techniques for pausing and reflecting before responding. Furthermore, we delve into the importance of challenging our own assumptions to foster a growth mindset and enhance critical thinking skills. Faulty logic can lead to making uninformed decisions with disastrous results. Consider the scenario where a manager decides to invest heavily in a new technology without sufficient research, solely based on its current trendiness. This decision, driven by the appeal to novelty, a logical fallacy, might appear promising initially, but could result in financial losses if the technology fails to meet expectations or becomes obsolete quickly. Similarly, impulsive personal decisions, such as purchasing an expensive item based on an emotional appeal rather than a carefully evaluated need, can strain finances and lead to regret. By understanding the impact of these poor decision outcomes, we recognize the necessity of grounding our choices in sound reasoning and thorough analysis. Credibility is a cornerstone of effective communication and trust building, both in professional settings and personal relationships. When individuals consistently rely on fallacious reasoning, their credibility can erode over time. Imagine a public figure who frequently uses ad hominem attacks to dismiss criticism instead of addressing the issues at hand. This approach not only diverts attention from the argument, but also tarnishes the individual's reputation, making it difficult for others to take their viewpoint seriously in the future. Building and maintaining credibility requires a commitment to rational discourse, presenting evidence-based arguments, and acknowledging when one's reasoning might be flawed. By doing so, we foster an environment where trust is upheld and ideas are considered on their merits. Taking time to pause and reflect before responding to arguments is another crucial strategy to avoid falling into logical traps. Often, our immediate reactions are influenced by emotions or ingrained cognitive biases. For instance, during a heated debate, a person may quickly resort to straw man arguments, misrepresenting the opponent's position to make it easier to attack. Such impulsive responses not only weaken the quality of the discussion, but also escalate conflicts unnecessarily. Instead, practicing deliberate reflection allows us to evaluate the presented arguments critically, consider the context, and formulate more coherent and constructive responses. This approach enhances our overall reasoning capabilities and ensures that our contributions to discussions are thoughtful and relevant. Challenging our assumptions is a vital practice for fostering a growth mindset and improving critical thinking. Deeply held beliefs and biases often shape our perspectives and influence our decisions, sometimes in ways we may not even realize. By actively questioning these assumptions, we open ourselves to new insights and alternative viewpoints. For example, a business leader who believes that their company's traditional marketing strategies are infallible might miss out on innovative approaches that could drive better results in today's digital landscape. Encouraging a culture of inquiry and openness to change enables individuals and organizations to adapt and thrive in dynamic environments. It promotes continuous learning and helps in identifying areas where existing assumptions may no longer be valid or effective. In addition to addressing the potential pitfalls of logical fallacies, it's essential to equip ourselves with practical techniques and strategies to mitigate their impact. One effective method is to develop a habit of critical questioning. Whenever we encounter a claim or argument, asking questions like, "What evidence supports this?" or "What are the potential counterarguments?" can help us evaluate the validity of the reasoning involved. Another technique is to seek diverse perspectives. Engaging with individuals who have different backgrounds and viewpoints broadens our understanding and reduces the likelihood of falling into echo chambers that reinforce biased thinking. Furthermore, practicing reflective judgment can greatly enhance our decision-making process. Reflective judgment involves assessing the quality and reliability of information, considering multiple perspectives, and weighing the evidence before reaching a conclusion. This approach contrasts with intuitive judgment, which relies on quick, automatic responses that may be prone to errors. While intuitive judgment can sometimes be useful, especially in familiar situations requiring rapid action, it is crucial to recognize when a more deliberate, reflective approach is necessary. To override the cognitive miserliness associated with intuitive judgment, we must consciously engage in reflective practices, especially when dealing with complex or unfamiliar issues. Another powerful tool in our arsenal is the evaluation of alternatives. When faced with a decision, considering a range of possible options and their potential outcomes can prevent us from settling on the first, seemingly obvious choice. This involves comparing the short-term and long-term effects of each alternative, assessing how feasible each option is, and contemplating any negative side effects or risks involved. By fostering creativity and originality in our problem-solving approach, we open up possibilities that we might not have previously considered. To illustrate these points, let's consider a case study. Imagine a healthcare organization planning to implement a new patient management system. A team member proposes a widely used system, claiming it's the best simply because many hospitals use it. Relying solely on this popularity, without scrutinizing the specific needs and contexts of their own organization, represents the bandwagon fallacy. To avoid this pitfall, the team should undertake a comprehensive assessment of their unique requirements, explore multiple systems, weigh their pros and cons, and gather evidence from comparable institutions. This reflective and evaluative process ensures that the chosen system aligns with their goals and improves patient care effectively. Throughout this chapter, we have dissected several prevalent logical fallacies, including ad hominem attacks, straw man arguments, appeals to authority, and false dilemmas. By understanding these pitfalls, we can better identify them in our reasoning and discussions, preventing them from undermining our decision-making processes. Recognizing these fallacies is the first step towards enhancing our critical thinking skills and ensuring that our arguments are based on sound logic rather than misleading tactics. To solidify these concepts, it's essential to implement strategies that counteract faulty logic. Pausing to reflect before responding, challenging our assumptions, and seeking diverse perspectives are practical methods that help in maintaining rational discourse and credibility. Additionally, engaging in reflective judgment and evaluating multiple alternatives allows for more thorough and informed decision-making. By consistently applying these techniques, we can foster a more analytical mindset, making us better equipped to handle complex issues both in our professional and personal lives. Chapter 6. Developing reasoning skills. Developing reasoning skills is essential for navigating the complexities of modern life. In both professional and personal contexts, the ability to think logically and critically can significantly influence the quality of decisions one makes. Whether you are working in a corporate environment, teaching a classroom full of students, or managing daily life challenges, robust reasoning skills form the backbone of effective decision-making. This chapter is designed to strengthen your foundational skills in logical thinking, providing you with tools that are vital for tackling various issues and making sound decisions. Readers will delve into several core components that constitute strong reasoning abilities. You will explore the importance of clarity in communication and argumentation, understanding how defining terms and concepts can prevent misunderstandings. The chapter also covers coherence, emphasizing the need for a logical flow and structure in arguments to make them more persuasive. Additionally, the relevance of focusing on pertinent issues during discussions will be examined, along with the necessity of justifying arguments with solid evidence. By mastering these elements, clarity, coherence, relevance, and justification, you'll be better equipped to enhance your reasoning capabilities, ultimately contributing to smarter and more rational outcomes in all facets of life. Components of strong reasoning. Effective reasoning is a skill that can significantly enhance decision-making abilities by enabling individuals to think logically through complex issues. This section aims to explain the essential elements that contribute to effective reasoning, showcasing how understanding these elements can foster better outcomes in both professional and personal contexts. The first critical element of effective reasoning is clarity. Good reasoning starts with clear definitions and distinctions within arguments. When an argument or statement is unclear, it can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Clear definitions help prevent this confusion, making it easier for all parties involved to communicate effectively. For instance, in a workplace setting, if a project manager clearly defines the objectives of a project, it ensures that all team members understand their roles and the project's goals. This clarity reduces the potential for errors and facilitates smoother collaboration. Similarly, in personal life, being clear about one's expectations in relationships helps to avoid conflicts and fosters better understanding between individuals. Coherence is another fundamental aspect of strong reasoning. Coherent arguments are those that follow a logical structure and have a seamless flow of ideas. When arguments are coherent, they are more persuasive because they make sense to the audience. A coherent argument connects each point logically, ensuring that the progression from one idea to the next is easy to follow. For example, in academic writing, a well-structured essay that follows a clear logical sequence will be more compelling and easier to understand than one that is disjointed. In business, coherent presentations help stakeholders grasp the strategy behind a plan, thereby gaining their support more effectively. Relevance is also crucial for effective reasoning. Arguments must be applicable to the issue at hand and should not stray off topic. Relevant reasoning ensures that discussions stay focused and directly address the question or problem being considered. Irrelevant points can distract from the main issue and confuse the audience. For example, during a business meeting aimed at solving a specific operational problem, introducing unrelated topics such as marketing strategies would only divert attention away from finding a solution. Staying relevant keeps the conversation productive and ensures that time is used efficiently. Justification is the final key element of effective reasoning discussed here. Reasoning must be supported by valid information and evidence. Justifying arguments with credible data lends them legitimacy and fosters trust in the conclusions drawn. Without proper justification, arguments may appear weak and unconvincing. In a legal context, lawyers present evidence to justify their claims and persuade the jury. Similarly, in scientific research, hypotheses need to be supported by empirical data to be accepted by the scientific community. Providing solid justification strengthens arguments and enhances their persuasive power. To illustrate the importance of these elements, consider a scenario where a company needs to decide whether to adopt a new technology. First, clarity is needed to define what the new technology entails and the problems it aims to solve. Next, the argument for adopting the technology must be coherent, outlining the advantages and addressing potential drawbacks in a logical order. Relevance comes into play by ensuring that all points made directly relate to the company's strategic goals and current challenges. Lastly, justification involves presenting data from market research, case studies, and pilot testing to support the argument for adoption. By employing these elements, the company can make a well-reasoned, informed decision. Understanding and applying these components, clarity, coherence, relevance, and justification, not only improves individual reasoning skills, but also enhances collective decision-making processes in various settings, from corporate environments to personal relationships. As professionals, students, educators, and individuals face decisions daily, mastering these elements of reasoning can lead to more effective and rational outcomes. Focusing on clarity, professionals can ensure their communications are explicit and easily understood, reducing the risk of errors and misinterpretations. Coherence allows for the development of logical, persuasive arguments that flow seamlessly, aiding in both written and verbal communication. Maintaining relevance ensures that discussions remain on track, addressing pertinent issues without unnecessary digressions. Finally, emphasizing justification builds credibility, as arguments backed by sound evidence are more likely to be trusted and accepted. Exercises to enhance reasoning skills. Developing strong reasoning skills is essential for anyone looking to make well-informed decisions, analyze complex situations effectively, and improve overall cognitive abilities. This section aims to provide practical exercises that readers can apply to strengthen their reasoning capabilities. Engaging in logic puzzles is a highly effective way to enhance deductive reasoning skills. These puzzles challenge the brain to recognize patterns, solve problems, and think critically. For example, Sudoku, chess, and crosswords are excellent tools for developing logical thinking. By consistently working on such puzzles, individuals can improve their cognitive flexibility and pattern recognition, which are crucial elements of sound reasoning. Establishing a routine that includes these puzzles can gradually build one's ability to approach problems logically and methodically. Debate practice is another powerful exercise for strengthening reasoning skills. Entering into structured debates encourages participants to explore different viewpoints, formulate arguments, and counter opposing positions. This not only sharpens argumentation skills, but also builds confidence in presenting ideas clearly and persuasively. For instance, organizing debates on various topics within a professional setting can be beneficial. It is important to choose neutral topics that allow all participants to engage without touching on sensitive issues like politics or religion. The goal is to create an environment where everyone can practice constructing and defending logical arguments while considering multiple perspectives. Analyzing case studies offers a concrete way to apply reasoning skills to real-life scenarios. Reflecting on both successes and failures allows individuals to understand the application of reasoning in diverse situations. For professionals, analyzing past projects or decisions within their organization can reveal valuable insights into effective reasoning applications. This reflective exercise helps identify what strategies worked, why certain decisions led to success, and how pitfalls can be avoided in the future. Breaking down a case study into main issues, stakeholders involved, and relevant facts provides a step-by-step approach to practicing reasoning in a structured manner. Group discussions play a vital role in exposing individuals to varied reasoning styles and critical evaluations of arguments. Engaging in collaborative discussions enhances understanding by bringing different viewpoints to the table. Whether in a classroom, workplace, or social setting, group discussions can broaden perspectives and foster a deeper appreciation for diverse inputs. For students and educators, forming discussion groups around academic subjects can aid learning through shared knowledge and collective reasoning. Professionals can benefit from team meetings where ideas are exchanged freely, leading to innovative solutions and well-rounded decisions. Logic puzzles. To maximize the benefits of logic puzzles, it's helpful to set aside dedicated time each day to work on them. Start with simpler puzzles that match your current skill level and gradually progress to more challenging ones. Keeping a puzzle book handy or using apps designed for logic games can facilitate this practice. Engage with puzzles that interest you, as this will keep you motivated to continue honing your skills. Remember, the key is consistency. Regular practice will lead to noticeable improvements in your logical thinking abilities over time. Debate practice. When engaging in debate practice, structure is crucial. Begin with thorough research on the chosen topic to construct well-founded arguments. During the debate, focus on listening to the opposing side and responding thoughtfully, rather than purely defending your position. This practice encourages open-mindedness and adaptability in reasoning. Post-debate reflection is equally important. Analyze the strengths and weaknesses of your arguments and those of others to better understand effective reasoning techniques. Incorporating regular debate sessions into your routine, whether formally or informally, can significantly enhance your capacity to reason through complex issues. Case studies. Analyzing case studies requires a methodical approach. Start by identifying the core problem presented in the case study. Next, outline the stakeholders involved and the relevant information related to the scenario. Considering multiple potential solutions and evaluating their pros and cons fosters a comprehensive understanding of the situation. Case studies can cover a wide range of topics, so choose those relevant to your field or interests. This targeted analysis helps apply theoretical reasoning to practical situations, providing a richer learning experience. Group discussions. Effective group discussions rely on creating an inclusive atmosphere where all participants feel comfortable sharing their thoughts. Establish ground rules to ensure respectful and constructive dialogue. Encourage quieter members to voice their opinions, and consider appointing a facilitator to guide the discussion and keep it on track. Diverse viewpoints should be welcomed, as they contribute to a broader understanding of the topic at hand. In educational settings, rotating roles of discussion leaders can give everyone a chance to develop their reasoning and leadership skills. In professional environments, regular team brainstorming sessions can lead to innovative solutions by leveraging the collective reasoning power of the group. In addition to these exercises, integrating feedback into your practice is vital. Actively seeking feedback from peers, mentors, or colleagues allows you to refine your reasoning skills continuously. Reflect on the suggestions provided and consider how they can be applied to improve your approach to problem solving. Feedback integration ensures that your reasoning evolves and adapts, enhancing its effectiveness across various contexts. This chapter has provided a thorough exploration of the essential components that contribute to strong reasoning skills, such as clarity, coherence, relevance, and justification. By understanding and applying these elements, individuals can enhance their decision-making processes in both professional and personal settings. Clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings, coherent arguments make ideas persuasive, relevant discussions stay focused, and justified reasoning builds trust through credible evidence. These foundational skills are crucial for anyone aiming to think logically and reason effectively through complex issues. As readers reflect on the concepts discussed, they can begin integrating these reasoning techniques into their daily lives. Professionals can improve workplace efficiency and collaboration. Students can deepen their analytical abilities, and individuals can make more informed personal decisions. By continually practicing and refining these reasoning skills, one can achieve better outcomes across various aspects of life. This focus on strengthening logical thinking serves as a valuable tool for navigating the complexities of modern challenges with greater confidence and competence. Chapter 7. Emotional Intelligence in Decision-Making. Understanding the role of emotional intelligence in decision-making is essential for enhancing outcomes by balancing emotions and logical reasoning. This chapter delves into the importance of integrating emotional intelligence into various facets of decision-making. Key components of emotional intelligence, including self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management, are explored to illustrate how each aspect contributes to more thoughtful and balanced decisions. By dissecting these elements, readers will gain a comprehensive understanding of how emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role in shaping their choices. The chapter further examines practical techniques to develop and apply emotional intelligence in decision-making contexts. Through methods such as mindfulness, active listening, and reflective practices, individuals can enhance their ability to manage both their own emotions and those of others. Additionally, the chapter discusses the concept of emotional hijacking and provides strategies to mitigate its impact on decision-making. The integration of feedback loops and the identification of emotional triggers are also covered, offering readers actionable insights into creating more inclusive and well-rounded decisions. By weaving together emotional insights with logical analysis, this chapter aims to equip professionals, students, educators, and individuals with the tools necessary to navigate complex decisions effectively. Understanding emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EI, is a critical aspect of decision-making, encompassing the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and those of others. Understanding emotional intelligence and its components is essential for professionals, students, educators, and individuals facing personal challenges to make informed decisions. Components of emotional intelligence. EI consists of 4 primary components: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Self-awareness involves recognizing one's emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and how these affect thoughts and behavior. Individuals with high self-awareness are better equipped to understand how their emotions impact their decision-making processes, leading to more thoughtful choices. Self-regulation is the ability to manage emotions effectively, keeping disruptive impulses in check. This component allows individuals to respond rather than react to situations, maintaining control even in stressful circumstances. By practicing self-regulation, individuals can avoid rash decisions driven by unchecked emotions, instead opting for well-considered actions. Social awareness involves understanding and empathizing with the emotions of others. This skill enables individuals to read social cues and navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. High social awareness is crucial in collaborative settings, where recognizing team members' emotions can enhance communication, reduce conflicts, and lead to better group decisions. Relationship management focuses on developing and maintaining healthy relationships through effective communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to inspire and influence others. Strong relationship management skills foster an environment of trust and cooperation, essential for making collective decisions that consider diverse perspectives. Importance in decision-making. The integration of emotional intelligence into decision-making enhances outcomes by balancing emotions and logical reasoning. High EI allows individuals to recognize and navigate emotional influences that may otherwise cloud their judgment. For instance, being aware of one's stress or anxiety during a critical decision can prompt a pause and reevaluation, avoiding hasty choices fueled by temporary emotions. Emotional intelligence also aids in regulating the emotional climate of decision-making contexts. Leaders with high EI can create a positive atmosphere that encourages open dialogue and collaboration, leading to more comprehensive and inclusive decisions. By addressing the emotional needs and concerns of team members, emotionally intelligent leaders ensure that decisions are made with a holistic understanding of the situation. Furthermore, EI plays a vital role in conflict resolution. When faced with disagreements, individuals with high emotional intelligence can mediate effectively, acknowledging and validating the emotions of all parties involved. This approach not only resolves conflicts amicably, but also fosters a culture of mutual respect and understanding, paving the way for more harmonious and productive decision-making processes. Measuring emotional intelligence. Various assessments exist to gauge EI levels, providing insights into one's strengths and weaknesses. Commonly used tools include the Mayer-Salovey-Caruso Emotional Intelligence Test, MSCEIT, which measures the ability to perceive, use, understand, and manage emotions. Another popular assessment is the Emotional Quotient Inventory, EQI, which evaluates emotional and social competencies. These assessments typically produce a total EI score, along with scores on multiple facets or subscales. For example, the MSCEIT assesses an individual's ability to accurately identify emotions in oneself and others, understand the meanings of emotions, and manage emotions to achieve specific goals. The EQI, on the other hand, measures a range of emotional and social abilities, such as self-perception, interpersonal skills, and stress management. Using these assessments, individuals can gain valuable feedback on their emotional strengths and areas for improvement. This self-awareness serves as a foundation for personal and professional development, empowering individuals to enhance their emotional intelligence and make better-informed decisions. Developing emotional intelligence. Developing EI involves adopting techniques and practices that enhance emotional awareness and regulation. One effective method is mindfulness, which promotes present-moment awareness and helps individuals stay attuned to their emotions without judgment. Regular mindfulness practice can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance emotional resilience, contributing to better decision-making. Active listening is another critical technique for developing emotional intelligence. By fully concentrating, understanding, and responding to others during conversations, individuals can build stronger connections and foster empathy. Active listening involves paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, reflecting back what has been said, and asking clarifying questions. This skill not only improves communication, but also enhances social awareness and relationship management. Additionally, emotional intelligence can be cultivated through reflective practices, such as journaling. Writing about daily experiences and emotions allows individuals to process and analyze their feelings, gaining deeper insights into their emotional patterns and triggers. Reflective journaling can reveal recurring themes and help identify areas for growth, ultimately leading to increased self-awareness and better emotional regulation. Training programs and workshops focused on emotional intelligence offer structured opportunities for development. These programs often include activities and exercises designed to enhance various aspects of EI, such as emotion recognition, empathy building, and conflict resolution. Participants can practice new skills in a supportive environment, receiving feedback and guidance to refine their abilities. Balancing emotions and logic. Balancing emotional insights with logical reasoning is key to cultivating sound decision-making processes. This balance ensures that decisions are well-rounded, taking into account both emotional and rational factors. Decisions often lie on a spectrum of emotional influence and logical reasoning, known as the emotional-logical continuum. On one end of the continuum, decisions are driven purely by emotions, capturing our desires, fears, and impulses. On the other end, decisions are made through rigorous logical analysis, considering facts, evidence, and potential outcomes. Effective decision-making lies in finding a middle ground where emotional insights complement logical reasoning. For instance, when deciding whether to change careers, it is essential to weigh the emotional satisfaction of the new job against its financial feasibility and long-term prospects. Emotional hijacking is a phenomenon where strong emotions override logical thought, leading to hasty or unwise decisions. This can occur during high-stress situations, such as arguments or crises, where fear or anger may drive immediate but irrational responses. For example, reacting aggressively to a minor criticism at work could damage professional relationships and lead to regrets. Awareness of emotional hijacking helps individuals recognize when their emotions are taking control, allowing them to pause and reassess their reactions. To mitigate the effects of emotional hijacking, it is crucial to practice logical assessment of emotions. This involves evaluating emotions critically and distinguishing between useful and harmful feelings. Useful emotions provide valuable insights into personal values and desired outcomes, while harmful emotions may distort perceptions and cloud judgment. A critical assessment might involve asking oneself why a particular emotion is occurring and how it influences the current situation. For example, feeling anxious about a presentation might indicate a need for better preparation rather than an inherent inability to perform. Practical techniques that blend emotional insight with logical analysis enhance decision-making processes. One such technique is creating a pros and cons list. This method allows individuals to visually distinguish the benefits and drawbacks of each option, integrating emotional preferences with factual evaluation. For example, when choosing between two job offers, listing the pros and cons of each role can help clarify which position aligns better with personal and professional goals. Another practical technique involves mindfulness and reflection. Taking a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on the decision at hand helps manage emotional responses and engage the rational mind. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, can reduce emotional intensity and promote a calm, objective perspective. When faced with a challenging decision, dedicating time to mindful reflection can prevent impulsive actions driven by immediate emotions. Incorporating feedback loops is another effective strategy for balancing emotions and logic in decision-making. Feedback loops involve seeking input from others to gain diverse perspectives and challenge personal biases. By discussing options with trusted colleagues, friends, or mentors, individuals can obtain objective insights that counterbalance emotional inclinations. For example, consulting a mentor about career choices can provide valuable advice grounded in experience and knowledge. Recognizing emotional triggers is vital for making informed decisions. Emotional triggers are specific stimuli that provoke intense emotional reactions, often rooted in past experiences or deep-seated beliefs. Identifying these triggers enables individuals to anticipate and manage their emotional responses more effectively. For instance, knowing that negative feedback triggers feelings of inadequacy can prompt strategies to address this sensitivity constructively, such as seeking constructive criticism or focusing on personal growth. Empathizing with others is another essential aspect of balanced decision-making. Empathy involves understanding and considering the emotions and perspectives of others involved in or affected by the decision. This skill fosters compassionate and ethical choices, promoting positive interpersonal relationships and social harmony. For example, in a team setting, acknowledging and valuing team members' concerns can lead to collaborative solutions that benefit everyone. Applying emotional insight effectively requires being present and attuned to one's emotions, without allowing them to dominate the decision-making process. Emotionally intelligent individuals use their emotions as informative signals, guiding their choices while maintaining rational oversight. For instance, feeling passionate about environmental conservation can motivate actions toward sustainable practices, but decisions should also be evaluated for practicality and feasibility. Ultimately, the integration of emotional intelligence into the decision-making process enhances outcomes by balancing emotions and logical reasoning. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing emotions to inform decisions without being overwhelmed by them. High emotional intelligence equips individuals with skills such as self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social proficiency. These competencies enable them to navigate complex decisions thoughtfully and empathetically, leading to more effective and well-rounded results. Integrating emotional intelligence into decision-making processes allows for a balanced approach that harmonizes emotions with logical reasoning. Throughout this chapter, we have explored the various facets of emotional intelligence, such as self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Each component plays a crucial role in enhancing our ability to make thoughtful decisions by recognizing and managing our emotions effectively. By understanding and applying these elements, professionals, students, educators, and individuals can navigate complex situations and achieve well-rounded outcomes. Emotional intelligence not only informs personal decision-making, but also fosters collaborative environments where diverse perspectives are valued. High EI leaders can create positive atmospheres that encourage open dialogue, leading to inclusive and comprehensive decisions. Moreover, techniques such as mindfulness, active listening, and critical assessment of emotions help mitigate the effects of emotional hijacking and ensure rational oversight. As a result, emotionally intelligent individuals are better equipped to handle both personal and professional challenges, ultimately making more informed and effective decisions. Chapter 8: Practical Tools for Critical Thinking. Understanding and enhancing critical thinking skills is essential for effective decision-making. In many areas of our lives, whether personal or professional, the ability to analyze information thoroughly and make informed choices can significantly impact outcomes. This chapter offers readers various practical techniques and tools designed to improve their critical thinking abilities. It provides a hands-on approach to developing these skills, making it easier to apply critical thinking in everyday situations. Readers will delve into detailed explanations of methods such as mind mapping and SWOT analysis, which are invaluable for breaking down complex issues and assessing different aspects of a situation. The chapter explains how mind mapping can be used to visually organize thoughts, helping individuals see relationships between concepts more clearly. Additionally, it covers how SWOT analysis helps in recognizing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, providing a structured way to evaluate any scenario. Both techniques are presented with step-by-step guides, ensuring that readers can implement these tools effectively in diverse contexts, from personal development to business strategies. Mind mapping for better understanding. Mind mapping is a powerful tool for organizing thoughts, aiding in clarity and understanding of complex issues. This technique enables individuals to represent information visually, showing relationships between various concepts. By creating a mind map, one can break down intricate ideas into more manageable parts, facilitating comprehensive analysis and improved decision-making. A mind map typically starts with a central idea or concept placed at the center of the diagram. From there, related subpoints branch outwards, forming a web-like structure. Colors, images, and symbols are often incorporated to enhance memory retention and recall, making the information more engaging and easier to remember. This method aligns with how our brains naturally organize and process information, which improves understanding and problem-solving abilities. To create a mind map, begin with the following steps. Identify the central idea. Place the main topic or question at the center of your page. Add branches for major subtopics. Draw lines outward from the central idea and label each with a significant subtopic. Further subdivide each branch. Add additional branches stemming from each major subtopic to include more detailed points or related ideas. Use colors and images. Incorporate different colors and visual elements to distinguish between various levels of information and make the map more visually appealing and memorable. Review and revise. Continually update and refine your mind map as new information becomes available or as your understanding evolves. Mind maps have numerous applications in problem solving. They enable a visual representation of problems, helping individuals to break them down into smaller components. This visual approach allows one to explore different scenarios and identify potential outcomes by connecting related ideas and examining various angles. For instance, when faced with a business challenge, a mind map can help detail various aspects like resource allocation, market conditions, and strategic options, assisting in a comprehensive evaluation of possible solutions. In collaborative settings, mind mapping promotes inclusive and dynamic discussions by engaging all participants. During brainstorming sessions, team members can contribute their ideas to the mind map, ensuring diverse perspectives are included. This collective input not only enriches the pool of ideas, but also helps in organizing and prioritizing them effectively. The visual nature of mind maps aids in aligning the team's thoughts and objectives, leading to cohesive group strategies and solutions. Additionally, digital mind mapping tools can further enhance collaborative efforts by allowing real-time updates and remote contributions, making it easier for distributed teams to work together seamlessly. Beyond problem-solving and collaboration, mind mapping also supports personal and professional growth. It enhances learning by helping individuals make connections between new information and prior knowledge. For students, mind maps can be an invaluable aid in revising complex subjects, as they allow for the visualization of relationships between different topics. Educators can use mind maps to design curricula that highlight key concepts and their interconnections, promoting deeper understanding among students. In professional environments, mind maps can streamline project planning and execution. Project managers can use them to outline tasks, set timelines, and allocate resources, ensuring that all aspects of a project are considered and addressed systematically. Marketers can leverage mind maps to brainstorm campaign ideas, develop content plans, and analyze market trends. Consultants might find them useful for visualizing client issues and mapping out potential solutions, providing a clear and structured approach to problem resolution. The flexibility of mind maps makes them suitable for a wide array of applications. Event planners can utilize mind maps to organize different elements of an event, from logistics and scheduling to guest lists and budget management. Sales professionals can create mind maps to outline sales pitches, track client interactions, and strategize sales goals. Even in day-to-day personal life, mind maps can assist in setting and achieving goals, managing time, and making informed decisions about various aspects like finance, health, and relationships. SWOT analysis for problem solving. One highly effective strategic planning tool is SWOT analysis. Understanding its components helps in making informed decisions by identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Components of SWOT analysis. Strengths describe what an organization excels at and distinguishes it from competitors. These can include a strong brand, loyal customer base, unique technology, or other internal capabilities that provide a competitive edge. For example, a tech company might have a proprietary algorithm that significantly improves product performance. Weaknesses highlight areas where an organization may be lacking or underperforming. These internal limitations might encompass a weak brand presence, high turnover rates, substantial debt, or inefficient supply chains. Recognizing these weaknesses early can help organizations address them before they become critical issues. Opportunities are external factors that the organization can exploit to its advantage. These include market growth, new technological advancements, regulatory changes, or socio-economic shifts that could improve business prospects. For instance, a manufacturing firm might identify a lucrative opportunity in expanding to an underserved international market. Threats refer to potential external challenges, such as increased competition, economic downturns, or changes in industry regulations. These factors could negatively impact the organization if not managed properly. A retail business, for example, might face threats from new market entrants, offering similar products at lower prices. Conducting a SWOT analysis. To conduct an effective SWOT analysis, start by gathering a diverse group of stakeholders. This group should include individuals from various departments within the organization to ensure a comprehensive assessment. Diverse perspectives enhance the robustness of the analysis, as different team members can identify varied aspects of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Employing external research is another crucial step. By examining market trends, competitor strategies, and economic conditions, organizations can gather relevant data that enriches their understanding of external opportunities and threats. Accessing up-to-date information allows businesses to make more accurate assessments and strategic plans. Prioritization of issues based on their impact is essential. Not all identified factors may have the same level of significance. By ranking issues according to their potential effect on the organization, teams can focus their efforts on addressing the most critical areas first. This approach ensures that resources are allocated efficiently, enhancing the overall effectiveness of the strategic plan. One practical method for brainstorming during SWOT analysis is the whiteboarding session. Participants share ideas without judgment, allowing creative thinking to flow freely. Once a comprehensive list has been generated, it's important to refine these ideas through discussion and debate. This stage often involves senior management to help rank priorities and ensure alignment with organizational goals. Armed with a refined list of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, the next step is to develop a strategic plan. The analysis team translates the insights gained into actionable strategies. For instance, a company identifying an opportunity to enter a new market may also recognize that it faces weaknesses in distribution channels. The strategy might involve strengthening these channels before pursuing the new market entry. Real-world applications. SWOT analysis is versatile and can be applied in various contexts. Individuals can use it for personal development, career planning, or evaluating significant life decisions. For example, a professional considering a career change might use SWOT analysis to assess their current skills, available job opportunities, and potential obstacles, such as required certifications. Businesses frequently utilize SWOT analysis to refine their strategic plans. By assessing competitive landscapes, companies can better understand their position within the market and make informed decisions about product development, marketing strategies, or expansion plans. For instance, a small business might use SWOT analysis to determine whether launching a new product would succeed based on existing strengths and identified market opportunities. Governments and nonprofit organizations also find SWOT analysis valuable for policymaking and program development. By identifying community strengths and weaknesses, these entities can tailor initiatives that maximize positive impacts while mitigating potential risks. For example, a local government might use SWOT analysis to plan urban development projects, taking into account economic opportunities and environmental threats. Limitations of SWOT. Despite its benefits, SWOT analysis has limitations that users must consider. One significant limitation is the potential for oversimplification. Complex situations can sometimes be boiled down into simplistic categories, which may not capture the full scope of the issue. For example, labeling a trend as merely an opportunity might overlook associated risks or nuances. Subjective assessments can lead to biases. Team members' personal opinions and perspectives can influence how strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are identified and prioritized. To mitigate this, it's important to involve a diverse group in the analysis process and incorporate objective data wherever possible. SWOT analysis requires ongoing updates to remain relevant. As market conditions and internal capabilities evolve, so too must the analysis. Regularly revisiting and revising the SWOT analysis ensures that strategic plans stay aligned with current realities. Organizations should schedule periodic reviews to update their SWOT findings, ensuring that they continue to reflect the most accurate and relevant information. This chapter has provided practical and accessible techniques for enhancing critical thinking skills, emphasizing their application in both personal and professional contexts. Through the exploration of mind mapping, readers have learned how to visually organize information, break down complex issues into manageable parts, and improve memory retention. The step-by-step guide on creating mind maps highlights their versatility and effectiveness in problem-solving, collaboration, and personal growth, making them a valuable tool for various scenarios. Additionally, the chapter delved into SWOT analysis as a strategic planning method. By understanding and applying its components, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, readers can make informed decisions and create comprehensive strategies. This approach not only aids in organizational development, but also offers applications in personal and professional life, reinforcing the importance of ongoing assessment and adaptation. Together, these tools equip readers with the skills necessary to enhance their analytical abilities and support better decision-making processes. Chapter 9. Applying Critical Thinking in Professional and Personal Life. Applying critical thinking in professional and personal life is a skill that yields significant advantages. Whether addressing challenges in business environments or navigating the complex dynamics of daily living, critical thinking offers a structured approach to problem-solving and decision-making. By systematically evaluating situations and considering multiple perspectives, individuals can achieve more successful outcomes both at work and in their personal lives. This chapter explores various ways critical thinking can be effectively utilized across different domains. Within professional settings, we will examine case studies from the business world, illustrating how critical thinking enhances problem-solving, decision-making, leadership, and strategic planning. Additionally, we will discuss frameworks and guidelines that support structured decision-making processes and strategic adaptability. In personal life contexts, the chapter delves into applying critical thinking to health decisions, relationship management, financial choices, and long-term goal setting. Through real-life examples and practical advice, readers will gain insights into adopting critical thinking practices to improve their professional and personal experiences. Case studies of critical thinking in business. In the interconnected world of modern business, critical thinking serves as a vital tool in navigating challenges and seizing opportunities. This subpoint delves into real-world applications of critical thinking within professional environments, showcasing its profound impact on problem-solving, decision-making, leadership, and strategic planning. Effective problem-solving strategies. Businesses frequently encounter crises that demand swift, effective solutions. Critical thinking empowers organizations to approach these problems logically and creatively. For instance, during the 2008 financial crisis, many companies faced insolvency and operational challenges. Those who employed critical thinking analyzed the root causes, assessed various alternatives, and implemented innovative measures to stay afloat. A classic example is how General Motors restructured its operations and product line to recover from near bankruptcy, demonstrating how critical analysis and innovative solutions can help businesses navigate through tough times. Guideline: when facing a crisis, break down the problem into smaller components, evaluate possible solutions, and remain open to unconventional approaches. Decision-making frameworks. Structured decision-making processes are crucial for organizations making significant choices. By using frameworks such as SWOT analysis or the Pareto principle, businesses can make informed decisions that align with their strategic goals. A notable case is that of Apple Inc., which regularly employs structured decision-making methods to innovate and maintain its competitive edge. During product development, Apple's use of critical thinking ensures they assess market needs, technological feasibility, and consumer preferences before launching new products. This comprehensive evaluation aids in minimizing risks and maximizing potential success. Guideline: employ structured frameworks like SWOT or Pareto analysis to thoroughly assess all aspects of a decision, ensuring a balanced evaluation of risks and benefits. Leadership and accountability. Critical thinking among leaders fosters an environment of accountability and responsibility. Leaders who practice critical thinking are better equipped to anticipate challenges, manage teams effectively, and make decisions that benefit the organization. For example, Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft highlights the importance of fostering a culture of innovation and accountability. Under his leadership, Microsoft embraced a growth mindset, encouraging employees to experiment and learn from failures. By applying critical thinking principles, Nadella was able to transform Microsoft from a traditional software company to a leader in cloud computing and AI, driving responsible organizational change. Guideline: cultivate a growth mindset within your team by encouraging experimentation and learning from both successes and failures. Adaptability and strategic planning. In today's fast-paced business world, adaptability is crucial for long-term success. Organizations that excel often do so by adapting their strategies through critical thinking. Consider the example of Netflix, which transitioned from a DVD rental service to a streaming giant. This shift required critical analysis of market trends, consumer behavior, and technological advancements. By continuously evaluating and adjusting their strategy, Netflix not only survived, but thrived in a rapidly changing industry landscape. Guideline: regularly reassess and adjust your business strategy based on critical analysis of market trends, technological advancements, and consumer behavior. Examples from personal life challenges. Critical thinking is a powerful tool that can help address the personal challenges we face in our daily lives. By adopting a methodical and reflective approach to decision-making, critical thinking ensures that we make well-informed choices that positively impact our health, relationships, finances, and long-term goals. Health and wellness decisions are crucial areas where critical thinking plays a significant role. Every day we are bombarded with information about diets, exercise routines, and medical treatments. The challenge lies in distinguishing credible sources from misinformation. For instance, a new diet trend may promise quick weight loss, but without critically evaluating its scientific backing or potential side effects, one might end up harming their health. Critical thinkers gather reliable information, question the validity of claims, and consider both short and long-term consequences before making health-related decisions. This approach not only helps in making better choices, but also promotes overall well-being. In relationship management, critical thinking fosters healthier and more meaningful connections. Personal relationships often come with complex emotions and situations that require careful navigation. When faced with conflicts or important decisions, critical thinking encourages us to step back, evaluate the situation objectively, and consider multiple perspectives. For example, deciding whether to continue a friendship or address an issue within a romantic relationship requires weighing the pros and cons thoughtfully. Critical thinking also aids in effective communication by allowing us to present our thoughts clearly and listen to others actively. This leads to resolutions that are fair and beneficial for all parties involved. Financial choices are another domain where critical thinking proves invaluable. Managing personal finances involves numerous decisions, from budgeting and saving to investing and spending. To achieve financial stability, it is essential to analyze income, expenses, and future financial goals critically. For instance, when contemplating an investment opportunity, a critical thinker would assess the risks and returns, seek diverse opinions, and examine the market trends before committing. By using this systematic approach, individuals can make informed financial decisions that align with their long-term objectives and avoid impulsive spending or risky investments. Long-term goal setting is a fundamental aspect of personal development, where critical thinking makes a significant impact. Whether it's career aspirations, educational milestones, or personal achievements, setting realistic and attainable goals requires a clear understanding of one's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Critical thinkers break down their objectives into manageable steps, foresee potential obstacles, and devise strategies to overcome them. For instance, pursuing higher education or career change involves researching the field, evaluating the requirements, and planning the necessary steps to achieve success. By reflecting on past experiences and continuously refining plans, critical thinkers enhance their ability to reach their life goals effectively. To summarize, applying critical thinking skills in everyday personal life challenges leads to better outcomes and improved quality of life. In health and wellness decisions, critical thinking ensures that we choose reliable and evidence-based practices. In managing relationships, it helps resolve conflicts and build stronger connections through objective analysis and effective communication. When it comes to financial choices, critical thinking aids in making sound decisions that promote financial stability and security. Finally, in long-term goal setting, this skill allows for strategic planning and continuous improvement. This chapter has explored the various ways in which critical thinking can be harnessed to address both professional and personal challenges. Through real-world examples from business, we have seen how critical thinking aids organizations in problem-solving, decision-making, leadership, and adaptability. Companies like General Motors, Apple, and Netflix served as case studies, illustrating how thoughtful analysis and innovative strategies can lead to successful outcomes, even in times of crisis. The application of structured frameworks and a culture of accountability further highlights the transformative potential of critical thinking in a business context. On a personal level, critical thinking proves equally invaluable. In dealing with health decisions, managing relationships, handling finances, or setting long-term goals, a methodical and reflective approach ensures well-informed choices that enhance the quality of life. Critical evaluation of information, objective assessment of situations, and strategic planning are essential tools for navigating daily life challenges. By incorporating these principles, individuals can make better decisions that positively impact their overall well-being and future aspirations. This chapter underscores the importance of cultivating critical thinking skills to achieve improved outcomes across all areas of life. Conclusion. Throughout our journey in this book, we've delved deeply into the principles and practicalities of critical thinking. This isn't merely an abstract concept confined to academic discussions or boardrooms. It's a vital tool that enhances every decision we make, be it personal or professional. Whether you're a seasoned professional, a student, or someone navigating personal challenges, critical thinking can transform your approach to problem-solving and decision-making. At its core, critical thinking involves more than just logical reasoning. It encompasses recognizing our biases, scrutinizing information meticulously, and framing the right questions to guide us toward well-informed choices. Think back to the various facets we've explored: identifying cognitive biases, evaluating evidence, and constructing clear, rational arguments. These elements constitute the foundation of critical thinking and underscore its significance in shaping sound decisions. However, understanding these concepts is only the beginning. The true power of critical thinking lies in its application. Imagine starting each day equipped with the techniques you've learned, ready to tackle the decisions ahead with a more discerning eye. Picture yourself pausing before making a significant choice, considering the potential biases that might cloud your judgment. By methodically evaluating your thought process and the available information, you lay the groundwork for making more deliberate and mindful decisions. It's not about finding the right answer instantly, but gradually honing your ability to think critically over time. Consider the simple yet powerful technique of using a checklist to navigate your daily decisions. As you begin your morning, ask yourself, what assumptions am I making? And, could there be alternative viewpoints I haven't considered? This practice not only sharpens your analytical skills, but also fosters a habit of reflective thinking. Over time, these small steps accumulate, leading to a profound shift in your decision-making approach. You'll find yourself becoming more confident in your choices, less swayed by external pressures, and increasingly adept at identifying the nuances of complex situations. Yet it's essential to remember that critical thinking isn't a destination. It's a journey of lifelong learning. Much like mastering a musical instrument or excelling in a sport, the skill of critical thinking becomes sharper with practice and persistence. Each analyzed decision adds to your repertoire of experiences. Each reflective moment fine-tunes your understanding. Imagine looking back a year from now, recognizing how differently you approach challenges thanks to your commitment to thinking critically. The change may be gradual, but it will be evident in the precision and clarity of your thought processes. Moreover, fostering a culture of critical thinking extends beyond the individual. It has the power to transform workplaces and communities. When you encourage critical thinking within your environment, you become a catalyst for positive change. Imagine being part of a team where questioning assumptions is the norm, where ideas are debated openly, and solutions are crafted through collaborative analysis. Such an atmosphere not only nurtures innovation, but also builds trust and confidence in collective decision-making. Colleagues become more willing to share diverse perspectives, knowing that their thoughts will be evaluated fairly and constructively. Picture the impact of critical thinking on your community. Whether it's in local organizations or broader societal contexts, promoting a mindset of reflective analysis can lead to more thoughtful and effective solutions to communal challenges. By advocating for critical thinking, you contribute to creating environments where informed discussions thrive, problems are approached systematically, and decisions are made with a deeper understanding of their implications. In essence, the power of critical thinking lies in its consistent practice and application across all aspects of life. By committing to refine this skill continuously, you equip yourself with a formidable tool to navigate the complexities of modern living. You gain the ability to dissect information critically, make reasoned judgments, and approach problems with a structured and open mind. This journey of critical thinking is one of perpetual growth, a commitment to better understanding ourselves, our decisions, and the world around us. As we conclude our exploration, I invite you to reflect on the insights gained and envision the possibilities that lie ahead. Embrace the principles of critical thinking as both a guide and a companion in your daily endeavors. Implement the techniques with consistency and observe the transformation in your decision-making processes. Encourage others to join in this journey, fostering a culture where thoughtful analysis and reasoned discussions become the bedrock of personal, professional, and communal growth. Remember, the path of critical thinking is not without its challenges, but with perseverance and dedication, the rewards are manifold. Here's to a future where every decision you make is informed, every problem you face is approached with clarity, and every opportunity for growth is seized with confidence and discernment. Thank you for embarking on this journey, and may your commitment to critical thinking illuminate the path to a more thoughtful and purposeful life.